Beep. Beep. Boop. Beep boop. I am beeping and I am moving and I am grooving. Yeah, baby. That is the sound of the stream start. The stream is starting now, beep. The stream is starting now, boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. Streaming now. Yeah, yeah, baby. Streaming now. I understand why people just have a preview page and don't boot the stream like this. Yeah, baby, that's the theme song. Good morning. I still have technical difficulties to take care of. Hopefully they go away. I didn't even log into the correct YouTube. I'm still logged into www.gamechamp3000. I need to be substantially less than 3,000 right now. Here we go. Let us strem. Good morning, Megami. Good morning, Lasers. Good morning, Thundertron. Have I scribbed a knot? I have scribbed a knot in the past. That is an activity I have participated in. I need to make a new notepad document. This will just be... Just random notes for the strem in case I need this footage later. Yeah, scribbling is gonna go. So yeah, I tried this a little while ago. Good morning, everybody. A little while back, I did boot up a test strem to see if I'd be able to do this. The answer was no. I won't go into the nitty-gritty, but basically technical details reasons. 3DS capture, the particular capture method that I have, does not play well with any other USB device usage on that computer. And at the time, I needed to tether my phone through USB to have access to the internet. So if I was live streaming something, that uses a lot of USB data. I now have Ethernet internet. I believe everything's going fine, even though I'm streaming and recording at the same time, because it says 60 out of 60 frames a second right now. So it seems that I am either not dropping frames or I'm dropping low enough frames that it's still basically 60 frames a second. I'll watch the stream once it's finished. It's just too laggy for you. Oh, is it laggy for anybody else? Okay, I didn't mess up. It is still in 720. Hopefully if we get more users, Fire Red, if you can hear me, hopefully if we get more users, Twitch, like, they don't allow quality switching until, like, the stream gets enough users, like, enough viewers, and then once it gets enough viewers, then it turns on lower qualities. So that might work for you, if you can hear this. Like, if you just wait a little bit for people to show up. What are the rules on no reusing? And I see. I'll get back into rules explanations. In fact, I should actually put it on the main Twitch page. Come to think of it. But basically, oh, good. It is actually on the main Twitch page already. Yeah, attempting to beat the game using entirely unique objects, synonyms, or words that summon identical objects are not valid. So Scribblenauts is a game where it's functionally a puzzle game where like there's no plot to it. You just have a magic dictionary that whenever you write a recognized noun into it, then it summons that object. And so you have to summon objects and use them to complete whatever that level's goal is. Which is really fun and neat. However, there is sort of a flaw in Scribblenauts, which is that... Oh, by the way, I was actually going to do this. I was gonna do this before I actually started Scribblenauts. There's a flaw in Scribblenauts in that there is just a few objects that you'll find that are just really good and solve every single level. The combination that I saw in the community and latched onto was pterodactyl rope. A rope can attach objects together. It can in fact attach the object to the pterodactyl, and the pterodactyl is a friendly vehicle that can fly anywhere very easily. So you just do that, and you beat the game. There's like 200 levels, and like about 190 of them you solve with just pterodactyl rope. Wait, are you playing the 3DS version? I'm playing DS. There's no such thing as a 3... There is not a 3DS version of Scribblenauts. That is not a thing that exists. But I will be playing it on the 3DS because the 3DS is backwards compatible. Are we just not using pterodactyl? So the run is... we must solve every single level in the game. And all the objects we use, we are only allowed to use once. Just once. So it's not that we can't use pterodactyl. It's that we can use pterodactyl a time. And once we've used pterodactyl, that's it. We can't use pterodactyl anymore. So there is, in fact, a finite number of objects for us to use to beat every single level in the game. VG Myths, can you beat Street Pass? Street Pass is still alive. In fact, it's more alive than ever now. Check this out. Check this out. Give me a second. Check this out. NetPass, baby! NetPass is the coolest thing in the entire world. So yeah, I'm currently at the mall. I can't like go anywhere new right now, but it's checking like for street passes right now. Like, see that thing checking inbox at the bottom? If I want, I can go into the back alley and purchase a street pass. But basically the way NetPass works is there are virtual locations, and I think it's like every 12 hours, like every 12 hours, you can take a trip to a virtual location, and then you're at that virtual location. You can boot up NetPass again to check if you virtually street passed anybody at that virtual location. The people you'll street pass are other people who are using NetPass and went to that location. So you can check in every once in a while, see if you got more street passes there, and then every 12 hours you can go to a different location. And then there is also the back alley. If you're really desperate, you can literally just buy a street pass, which of course is still just going to be somebody from the particular location. But yeah, there's that, and bam! Notice the green light came up there. I have just street passed people. Actual, genuine human beings via internet. Just the amount you have to do for completion is a ton. Still working on it, and I've done a lot. Screw it. Who cares about Scribblenauts? Let's just talk about street passes. We'll get to Scribblenauts eventually. But yeah, I finally turned off my 2 other 3DSs that I'd been farming street passes from because I don't need to anymore. NetPass gives me like at least 5 street passes per session. I could get a full chunk if I like waited a bit longer. But yeah, these two people, I street passed them at that virtual location since, like, this morning when I booted up NetPass. But yeah, they're there. Bam. I've got new street passes. With their incredibly original Miis. And yeah, but yeah, look at the games. So Market Crashers. I've done all of the in-game tracked stuff that the game tells you to do, but then I noticed that I have not reached max money bags. Because when you fill up the money bag room, it gives you it turns all of the full money bags into a single gold money bag. So now I'm like, well, I've got to fill up the room until I get all gold money bags and see what happens. And that's what I'm doing now. I've gotten a few golden money bags. Me Trek, I just need to farm for all of the photographs, which is hell. It is incredible hell. You have really low odds for some of the animals you have to photograph. And on top of that, they're kind of difficult to photograph when they're the rare ones. It's mean. Me Force, I still need to clear arcade on hard mode. I was even trying to do streams of that. I just sort of stopped because I was busy with other things. I'll get back to that eventually. And then Ultimate Angler, I need to get A+ rank on all the fishes. That's all that's left, which is a huge grind. Thankfully, it's not as bad now that there's NetPass, because that gives me a better chance at just randomly encountering the bonus goldfish. There's a very specific way to encounter the bonus goldfish, which is very difficult if you're not street passing a million people. And then Flower Town. I've 100% completed Flower Town, but it's still on the list because Cyberscore just got charts for Flower Town, including just grinding for the number of plants you've grown and the number of people that you have met. So just literally farming for number to go up. The game is completed. But yeah, that's the thing I've been working on. I'm not even going to bother playing with those two people. I've wasted those street passes completely. You've done this to me, Strem. How dare you? Anyway, Scribblenauts. Let's go. Without going into too much detail, I found out about this super cool thing you can do. I will not explain how to do it. But hey, look! It's Scribblenauts collection. It's the incredible. Also, I've just turned the game audio down. It looked like it was a little loud. Hey, look! It's Scribblenauts collection. It's the thing that they did. They packaged on the Nintendo of DS. Scribblenauts was so popular that they made a sequel. They called that sequel Super Scribblenauts. And they were like, wow, you know what? It's such a shame that everybody's playing Super Scribblenauts and they're not playing Scribblenauts. Hey, look, here's this. Look at this. Scribblenauts. Super Scribblenauts. It's both of the games at the same time as one big game. That's not true. They're actually still two separate games. But this version of Scribblenauts is special. So, original Scribblenauts, you control it, the way the controls work is you move entirely with touchscreen. That is how you tell the player character Maxwell to move. You don't do anything else to make Maxwell move. That's bad. That's bad that it suddenly decided it had no signal. It wasn't unplugged. There we go. I think the volume broke, though. Yep. Yeah, here we go. Please let me know if the game freezes like that again. That is a technical difficulty. But anyways, so yeah, in the original game, you tap on the touchscreen to make Maxwell move. Unfortunately, there's no, like, visual indicator for it. You're just gonna have to pinky swear trust me that I'm tapping on the touchscreen. That's what I'm doing right now to make Maxwell move. He's not jumping. I can't get him to jump. I think they removed the ability to jump with the touchscreen. Because originally you could just sort of... Oh, there we... Okay, you gotta do like a slidey up. I swear it was easier to do originally. But now I'm not gonna touch the touchscreen. Originally, so you'd move the camera with the buttons or D-pad. Buttons and D-pad moved the camera, and that is what the buttons and the D-pad did. It didn't matter which. However, in the Scribblenauts collection, so this is me moving the D-pad. Watch what happens when I press the buttons. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. When you press the buttons, Maxwell moves around and he jumps and stuff. They added button controls. Everybody hated that you had to do the touchscreen controls, and so they added button controls. This was a bad idea. I will show you why this was a bad idea soon, but I'll keep it a surprise. Oh, also, since I haven't noticed any dropped frames, I'm gonna go ahead and advertise this on Twitter and Blue Sky. I have a Blue Sky account now. I'm gonna try and build up a Blue Sky followers. I like that there are somewhat fewer Nazis on Blue Sky. I view that as a positive. I'm not sure. Some people may see that as a bit of a negative. There's still a couple Nazis. I did notice a couple Nazis, but like the numbers dropped, substantial drop. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a. Oh wait, back. Yeah, I'll just screenshot right here, and that'll be how I advertise. Meh. That's not what I wanted to do. This is going to be a very fancy image that I use to advertise. Everybody's going to think, wow, Gamer Champ, you really did an advertisement there. Opinion on Sonic Cross Shadows Generations. Everything I have seen has made me really excited for it. However, I do want to catch up with the Sonic series before I actually play it. And, of course, 100% Shadow the Hedgehog, which I've never done. Probably a good idea. Like, I've beaten it, but I haven't, done every one of the paths, as everybody who plays Shadow the Hedgehog does, because nobody's lame. I also haven't gotten, like, all the A ranks. But, yeah, give me time. I'll get to it eventually. I'm just sort of opting out of playing it launch day. It'll be a few years before I get to it. But still, the idea looks really neat, and I think it seems really promising to me that they're like they're paying a bit more attention to adventure era, which has been largely left in the dust starting from like Sonic Generations. Which is a little bit ironic. Like, I'd say that Sonic Generations is the point where the series started veering away from Adventure Era. And now, all of a sudden, they're bringing it back with Sonic Generations. I actually don't type that fast. I just type loud. It's a special, you know, I put all of my stats into power, not speed. Okay, just as a test for my Blue Sky advertisement, I'm only going to link to Twitch. Actually, there's a thing for videos on Blue Sky. Well, can I just embed the Twitch stream? No, it wants me to add a video. Okay, I'll just post. I also just got a notification. Somebody is saying that they follow me and they don't need a reminder. I'm confused. I think I must have been stalking this person on accident. Oh no, I forgot to add the image to Blue Sky. Now nobody's gonna look at it because nobody likes text posts. Everyone's all like, ooh, oh baby, look at this beautiful image of a title screen of a video game. I'm going to like this. But now it's just they're just gonna see, ugh, words? If I wanted to read, I'd go to a social media site. Okay, I'm back. I have successfully advertised. Okay, so let's go. Let's press the button that makes the video game. Yes, new profile. Is there lowercase? I don't think you can lowercase, can you? You can't lowercase, because if I do that, it's just like, oh, you want to do fancy strokes. You want to play Professor Layton. Yes. L, you got me. Ha. I'm trying to do P in the stupidest way possible and get it to actually recognize. Yeah. That wasn't stupid enough, though. Will it even recognize a number? Yeah, it's just not going to let me do numbers. Do you have route/word use planned? No. A lot of that is going to be here. This run will be segmented. Unfortunately, the run is just too complex that I was like, okay, you know what? There's no way I'm doing an actual run all in one go. That'd be stupid. So it is going to be segmented. And I've got a spreadsheet where I will track every single word, or rather object that is used. It is important to note, synonyms that spawn the same object are still the same thing. Because internally in the game, they are actually legally the same object. We can tell because there is a all new objects bonus that the game can give you. And you can actually test. If the game gives you the all new objects bonus, then you know that you've never summoned anything there before. And I've done tests with synonyms where I know I never used the synonym before, but I had used a different word that summons the same object, and it would not give me the bonus. So if you use pterodactyl, that also bans pterodactylus and pterosaur, because those summon exactly the same object. Okay, so first we are level 01. Level 0-1. This stuff, we're going to be doing some tutorial stuff. So we won't need to worry too much about our object use. It's just going to tell us, did you know that you can move? See, now here's the unique controls. Whoa, you can wait. You can move the camera in any direction by pressing the control pad or the A button, B button, X button, and Y. They didn't change the tutorial? They literally didn't change the tutorial text to account for the different controls? What? That doesn't move the camera anymore. That is some amazing, impressive failure. They just forgot that they had a tutorial that told you the controls when they changed the controls. Yeah, I'm pressing A, B, X, and Y, and that is not moving the camera. Oops, I almost did a little bit of a spoiler. But yeah, your goal is always to see, it's even right there. It's saying, oh, if you automatically move to ledges, then you'll jump over them. If you're using touchscreen movement is actually what that means. But if you're not using touchscreen movement, that won't happen. What version is being played? The double pack with Scribblenauts and Super Scribblenauts. I will get into exactly why soon. How do you move the camera? The D-pad. You move Maxwell. In the original game, it was all touchscreen to move Maxwell. And then buttons and D-pad moved camera. In the collection, the buttons have been changed to be an alternate method of movement. The D-pad still moves the camera. But okay, so level 01, we needed 0 objects. That is a freebie. We don't have to worry about anything. Oh. I think you can't climb. Okay. You cannot interact, it seems, with the buttons. Okay, L and R. L and R aren't doing anything. So yeah, I believe you simply cannot interact with objects with the buttons. That is good to know for the future, so touchscreen is not obsolete movementally. So yeah, like if I want to pick up an object, I gotta actually pick it up. Oh, I've been rated? Thank you for rating me, whoever rated me. I guess I should pull that page up on Twitch, which I closed. I forgot there are notifications that I need that up for. Thank you for the raid, Shiro Stories. I hope you were enjoying video games, whatever video games you were playing. So yeah, there we go. That's level 02, 0 objects, total freebie. I actually did start doing a little bit of routing a while back, and I do know that it's level 6 is where you must summon an object. But everything before that, you don't need to summon an object. So let's just keep going until level 6. It's all freebie tutorial. Now, keep in mind, I am using the objects that are in the stage, but like it is only objects that I summon that matter. If an object is already in the level, we can use it. I think the game was telling me you should help out this person before you grab the star, right? Just a suggestion. It would be polite. Okay, I just gotta check. What happens if I... Okay, it will not let me swim down if I use the D-pad. That would be a fun exploit if the game didn't know what to do if I pressed down and just let me swim, even though I don't have a swimming object. I was enjoying Stardew Valley. Either way, my partner. Congratulations. Rebecca played a lot of Stardew Valley and she was loving it. Including in a randomizer after she'd finished the Switch version. She did a randomizer on PC. A multi-game randomizer that just happened to include Stardew Valley. And then she just, like, got bored of the other games in the randomizer, and it was just like, I'm just kind of enjoying playing Stardew Valley. Okay, so here we just got to attach that to the wall. I did it. I hung the painting on the wall, technically. I forgot how basic the DS Scribblenauts were. I have only played Scribblenauts 1. I have no idea, like, I don't know what the structure of the later games is. All my familiarity is Scribblenauts 1. So it gets really frustrating when everybody always comes in and says, "Hey, why don't you just summon a flaming fire? That would probably be more on fire if you wanted fire." And I'm just like, I can't make things flaming. That's not a mechanic. Okay, so this level is literally the goal of this level is summon an object. Any object, you must summon an object. So, chat. Give me an object that we are never going to have any tangible use for. The most useless object you can think of. Nuke. I have plans for Nuke. Vuvuzela? We might need instruments. Dirt? Peapod. A rock telephone. Might. Pebble? We're going to use pebbles. I have plans for pebbles. All your base are belong to us. Cthulhu. We're going to use Cthulhu. We're going to use black hole. Nintendo DS. I don't think they'll let you spawn a Nintendo DS because it's copyrighted. Lots of things. Soap. Button? We might use button. Maxwell? We'll use Maxwell. I'm gonna go with... Somebody said Peapod. Dang it, I'm so used to playing on the computer on emulator that I tried to click on the preview window. I'm gonna go with Peapod. There, a Peapod. We summoned a Peapod. And I'm going into my notepad. I'm adding Peapod. It is a food type, and we have used it. Okay, and I just gotta write in my notes that was at about 3740. We used Peapod. So yeah, this one is back to just being a freebie. It's just it's literally just read all this text. Wait, you should probably have to do something in this level. Throw ball at target. Okay, another freebie. Now this next level, we might not have wanted to use Peapod. This is a tutorial on the concept of puzzles. Give the chef some food. Okay. Oh, great. What's a food that we're never going to have an alternative use for? Not meat. Don't do meat, because meat generally has multiple uses. Let's do a durian. That's a good option. I can't see the durian having too many uses. There we go. A durian. And then the chef ate the food, as chefs are known to do. Oh, you know what? I should just have a timestamp for the levels and just add that to my spreadsheet. That'll make my note-taking a lot easier. There we go. Yeah, that'll be much faster. All right, we just got to get to this. We just got to get to the star, right? That's it. Oh, but we can't. We just barely can't. Our jump height just isn't enough to get over this ledge. Oh, jeez. Actually, you know what? I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. But oh well, it's working. I'm pretty sure this is it. Whatever. Okay, here we go. This is why we're playing Scribblenauts Collection. So, if you try and move with the touchscreen as I am doing now, your jump controls kind of suck, so it's going to be really difficult to even time a really fancy jump, and it's probably not going to work. If you move with the D-pad, they didn't program it very well. And you can just double jump. You can just double jump. Yeah, they just added a double jump. In fact, I think if you're really good at it, it's technically an infinite jump, but it's very difficult to do infinitely. But I swear I've been able to do it up to like 3 times in a row, but it was so difficult to do it like that. Like I didn't even get any extra height out of it. But yeah, that's important because this level, normally, you're going to have to summon something to get up there. But... Bam! We have double jumped and we have completed this level with no objects. Yes, that is why that's why the collection is used for the speed run as well. Because double jump will let you clear some levels without having to write in objects, which just, you know, that just takes a lot of time. And this one, dev intended, no objects needed. Okay, so, structure-wise, we're beating every single level in this entire game. We're not just beating the game, we're doing every single level. Because, notice, hey look, this is World 10. I can just buy World 10 for $25,000. If you just replay a level that you don't need objects for over and over, you'll just get allers. You can just farm for infinite allers without summoning objects. So if you want to just beat the game, you can do it for free. So it wouldn't make sense to do a challenge run that's just to beat the game. It's gotta be beat every single level. There's not much else to do. You could argue maybe beat every world, which would be a little bit more complicated of a question, because you do have to beat levels within a world to unlock the later levels in that world. But not even that many. So I don't think that'd be as interesting. But this is going to be a big one. But yeah, every world has 11 stages. And if you were paying attention to the tutorial, I lied. Every single world has 22 stages, action levels and puzzle levels, 11 of each. So 22 times 10 plus 11, 231 levels, and we are 11 levels in. We're gonna need objects for most of those. A lot of them we're gonna need multiple objects. Yeah, let's just get into it. So puzzle levels are more fun. But I have a philosophy in life. You save the worst for first. So, way I'm going to do it, same way I go through casually, I'm going to do the action levels for each world, and then do the puzzle levels of that world, and then we'll move on to the next world. It doesn't really matter that much. You can just beat the levels in any order, and I've got like a spreadsheet and everything, and it is functionally segmented. If we find out we need an object, we can go backwards to try and optimize. And like take an object out from an earlier level to use it in a later level. Anyways, here is level Action 1-1. Okay, this one is basically a puzzle level. They're kind of lying. Because, like, it's just get the starite out of the tree. The only reason it's legally action instead of puzzle is the fact that the starite is already spawned in the level. But, like, functionally, this is just a puzzle level. You just got to get the starite out of the tree. Now, I know for a fact you can just double jump to get it. In fact, I'm wondering if that triple jump that I talked about, you do actually need... There we go. Bam! Solved with 0 objects, baby! You can keep text files of all the items? I have a spreadsheet. In fact, you know what? Screw it. If you want spoilers, go ahead and check the spreadsheet. I may as well just share it. But it's very unfinished right now. I've just got a grab bag of object ideas on one sheet and then each level on the other sheet. How to publish. Where's the publish button? Would it be under share? There we go, publish to web. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet if you just want to, like, look through the levels and stuff that we've done so far, and the next upcoming levels, as far as I routed. There's 2 pages, the other page is objects. Okay, 1-2. Spoilers, we don't need objects for this one either. This one is not double jump related, though. So yeah, the way this level works, blue button opens blue door. Green button opens green door. Red lever opens red door. So the way, like, you don't need objects here. Ooh, this is a lot easier with button controls. Pushing those rocks is really annoying. With touchscreen movement, because Max, he keeps trying to jump onto the rock, but he will not jump if you're using button controls. So bam. All right, easy mode is over. We solved a lot of levels in a row, but we now have to actually use objects for reals. So for items that have 2 or 3 subcategories, does using an item subcategory count for the word overall, or just the sub? I have no idea what you're asking. There's no such. It's just about what the object is. That's all that matters, is it the same literal in-game object? If it's an object that has identical properties to another object, but is technically a different object, then it's a different object. Okay, so here we can either go swimming, find a way to go up, or dig through the center. Double jump could be a way to go up, but gosh, I don't think I'm double jumping enough to get up all the way. Oh, I'm wondering if the way that I did a triple jump was if I worked in, like, touchscreen movement. I'm just mashing buttons and hoping something works. I don't think it's gonna work. Now, there is one other option. Even if I can't swim, if I could weigh Maxwell down enough that he falls into the water below that rock wall, that could also work. TNT? TNT would not dig all the way through the whole thing, so that would be a complete waste. Does short rope and long rope count as the same object? Maybe we'd have to try and see. There's no sense trying because it's not going to help us here. There are situations where you can adjective an object and it is a different object, but keep in mind adjectives are not a function of the game. All that matters is that object in the dictionary? There are cases where short rope and long rope could be different objects in the dictionary. That particular example, I'm guessing not. I'm guessing it would just spawn the same object. It would ignore the adjective. Can you have multiple of the same object in the same level? Good question. If you use 1,000,000 of the same object, it does give you the all new objects bonus. So it will not invalidate the all new objects bonus. I am debating, actually. I mentioned that thing about the TNT. I've been sort of debating, will I actually allow... Like, if I spawn TNT, can I use as much TNT as I want in that level? I think I'm leaning towards allowing it, just because the game doesn't distinguish for the all-new objects bonus. But at the same time, I'd like to avoid it unless I get into a situation where I'm really thinking I'm going to need it. Because if we could do that, that would help a lot. Because there's a few levels where you have to, like, kill a lot of enemies or something, where Black Hole... Ooh, Black Hole is really tempting. So yeah, for right now, I'm going to avoid the question by assuming that it's not allowed. But anyways, so for this level, I am guessing that either a digging object or finding something to weigh Maxwell down is the best way to go. Because there's going to be a lot of really heavy objects that might be able to weigh Maxwell down and push him down into the water. And then, you know, I could just swim to the other side from below and grab the starite. Mole? Ooh. Ooh. I'm glad that I'm allowing backseat gaming today, because that's clever. Let's see if mole works. Think it... Oh, yes. Come on. Come on, Max. Oh, it doesn't... The mole doesn't like me. The mole doesn't like me. Dang it. That would have been clever, but the devs didn't think of it, it seems. So it looks like mole is not going to work here, but I'll add mole to the objects list. It's just an animal. It's not a digging type, though. Scuba gear. Here's the thing. You're thinking, oh, yeah, it'd be really easy to go across if we just swam down. Swimming objects are one of the most valuable categories in this game. If you have the choice not to swim, or rather to not use a swimming object, do not use a swimming object. There are many, many levels that necessitate swimming, and there really are not that many objects that allow you to swim. don't waste them. We are not wasting a swimming object here in level 1-3. Anyways, let's just go ahead and reset the level so that we're not using mole. But yeah, I think for now, if we reach a point later on where we really need a different digging object, then we can come back here. But for right now, let's just do what's a really unwieldy digging object that would be inconvenient normally, but we can use here. Ladder, way too valuable. We are not wasting ladder. Jackhammer. Jackhammer is actually just, it's no different from a shovel. So there's no sense wasting it here. It's actually, technically it's an electric shovel. There is that difference. It will become unusable if it goes in water. Backhoe. Nope, that's just a regular digging object. Bulldozer. Yeah, excavator. Yeah, let's do excavator. The excavator vehicle. Hopefully this will be able to fit. No, it's too big. It's too big. It can't actually dig. I was hoping it would have a little bit of range to it, but no, it's just going like, oh no, it's not working. The excavator person will dig for you. Unfortunately, that ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. So you can use mole later? That makes the challenge easy. It makes it okay. Here's my 3DS. Go ahead and beat all 231 levels without reusing an object a single time. It must be easy because we can use mole later. Could the excavator go underwater? You've brought up a good cheese. Couldn't I just... Well, I wouldn't want to waste excavator because that's a digging object. What's a really big vehicle? Because there's a lot of unique vehicles. We're not going to need all vehicles. What's a really big vehicle that's definitely going to sink? School bus? Okay, yeah, school bus is probably a unique one. Yep. No, wait, is that... Okay, I'm just going to test. There's school bus and then bus. They are different! Haha! The school bus is yellow and the regular bus is green. They are, in fact, legally different objects. Okay, let's see. Yes! Yes! There we go! That is genius! I love so much that I am allowing backseat gaming. So Maxwell will drown if he's down underwater too long, but if you get back to the surface fast enough, he'll be fine. That is a very clever way to save on a digging object with a relatively useless object. Cool, thank you. Okay, so we've used school bus, which is different from bus. Because I'm gonna sort this by alphabetical. There we go. That'll help. I probably shouldn't have sorted the very top thing by alphabetical. Now if I want to add something, I'll find the alphabetical spot where it fits. Yeah, I don't have a vanilla bus on here. Okay. That is a very good strategy that you figured out too, because I can definitely use that in other levels. I can use that to bypass the necessity of a swimming object. Just by finding find a vehicle. Because there's so many vehicles. I cannot stress that so much of this game's dictionary is taken up by vehicles. Just different variants of vehicles. Oh my god, Google Sheets is trying to autocorrect to 1 a.m. It refuses to allow me to write 1 hour as 10000. It's just like, no, you just want to write 100. No, you don't want those extra 00s at the end. I have no idea how to tell it, no, I don't want that. There, I just wrote 1 hour. Do Mercedes and Ford count as different cars? Those are trademarked. So those are definitely not going to be in here. But yeah, this is gonna be a really fun video. You can already tell because we just in level 1-3 solved it by driving a school bus into a lake. So the sky's the limit. Okay, so this level right here, blue door is blocking us. We got to hit the blue button. I found that pretty much any object in testing, I found any object that you can get to lean into the button will work. You can just sort of drop it and try and get it to lean into the button, and it'll work. So originally I did fridge. I'm not so sure I want to use fridge because that's an electric object. I can find use for electric objects. What is a big bulky object that we're never going to use? Blender. That's also electric. Big fish. We might use big fish. In fact, there's probably not big fish. It would probably just make fish and just ignore big. Pillar? Wall. We're going to use wall. That's a really important one. We actually don't want it to be too big is the thing. Rectangle. That's abstract. Will it accept rectangle? What will it do if I try that? No. What the heck is a rindle? It's basically just a lake. So that's not going to help us. Garage. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. I wonder what it would do if I said garage. That's a valuable one. There are some things where if you summon them, it summons multiple objects. If you summon garage, then it will actually summon a mop, a tire, and a lawnmower, which it calls a garage. Oh, I need to test this. I need to go into a fresh save file and test this to see if you do a 3-for-1 like this, will it count it as a new unique object? Or will it say, no, you've summoned mop before, and then disqualify it. I'll have to test this later. But I'm going to write it in the notes for now. I'll just do category for garage as multi. It was a mop, a lawnmower, and what was the third object? I forget what the third one was. Mop, lawnmower... Tire, okay. Maybe try shed? Yeah, I'm not likely to use shed. There we go. It's a shed. So a shed is sort of like a type of container. Ah, nope. Okay, so this is an issue. A shed is legally a location. Locations are often containers. It's not letting me interact with it directly, but if I had an object in my hand, I could put it in the shed. But they're also not really physical objects in the same way. They're sort of in the background. Notice that Maxwell just, like, you know, he walks behind it. So, the shed... You can walk on it. I could use this as a platform. That's good. I could use this as a platform. So, shed has value as a platform. Yeah, I'm gonna add that to the list as a category platform. But it's not going to be able to lean against the button. Statue? That's a good idea. We're probably never going to use statue. And it's probably going to be leanable. I feel like a seesaw could roll something into the button. The problem with that is we need a second object entirely, at which point it sort of just defeats the purpose. There we go, statue. It is a physical object, so if we just keep nudging it around a bit, should be able to eventually get it into a point. And in fact, if I just hold movement... Oh, I don't think it... It doesn't let me move Maxwell while I'm interacting with this stuff. That would be really nice if it did. But yeah, we should be able to, if we're very careful about it. Yep, there we go. Bam. Ah, this one. So this one's a little bit of a complicated one. You have to get the starite out of that really thin spot. So there's no way we're actually, like, getting it out without doing something clever. Now, we can probably definitely double jump up there at least. Yeah, we definitely can. Hi, Han. There we go. So we're actually up here. Oh. But I messed up and pushed the box against that. There we go. Okay. But now the problem is we've got to get the starite. Can it be rolled from the other side with a small object? That is smart. I was about to bring that up. So yeah, that would probably be the way to go. What's a really shrink magic? You sure we're not going to want to use that elsewhere? Blower objects? Blower object. Oh, yeah. Snails? Wait, you're saying snails are small and sticky. Are you telling me that that's actually a mechanic in this game? If it's not, I'm going to be mad. They can't even fit in there. Yeah, that's not a mechanic in this game. You actually lied. The snail isn't sticky at all. You can't stick it to anything. And it's also not going to be able to fit in there to even, like, push it out. But does snail like leaf? Snail likes... It wants to murder leaf. If I could get the leaf all the way in there... Meh. That's good to know. I could potentially do something with this. In fact, I could do something with this right here. If I can attach the snail to the starlight and then lure it with the leaf. But the problem is attachment objects are very valuable. I would love to finish this level without an attachment object. I call them ropes. Vacuum. Yeah, but we might need a vacuum later. But, you know, maybe I should just try vacuum. The issue with vacuum is, you'll see the issue with vacuum. God, I managed to get it to flip out so easily before. Miniature snail? There's no such thing as adjectives. Let's just get that crate out of the way. Unless I figure out a reason I might want it. But I don't think vacuum is going to reach is the thing. What the... I think Maxwell doesn't want to use the vacuum. He needs to get close to something to want to use the vacuum. And the way the vacuum works is very awkward. Like, you can't point it. It'll just sort of work in the direction that it happens to be pointing. How much routing prep did I do? Basically none. Tractor beam. Ooh, you're getting fancy now. There we go. Bam! Get out of there. Are explosion physics a thing? Yes, but they also cause damage, and you can destroy the starlight, and then you just fail the level. What would tractor beam do? Ooh. Actually. Get the crate out of the way. Good, it can go behind me. Oh my... You're a gene! You know what? I think this is a good idea. Bam! Wow! Yeah, because that's a really unwieldy object. The thing is, I worry that that might be useful elsewhere to test it out, but for now, I'll just keep it there. Okay, so one object. Nice. Okay, 1-6. I don't have any notes there. Interesting. Am I keeping a spreadsheet? Yep. I'm so happy I didn't settle and just not stream it, because I was thinking, well, this one is I think it's a really much bigger deal to stream this one because I can get backseat gaming ideas. And yeah, it's helping a lot. I would never have thought tractor beam. Thank you very much. I must stress, thank you. But okay, so this level, I see why I didn't do notes, because this one's a little complicated. There's a few methods of attack. Now, there's one thing that I know I can do to clear this level, which is if you summon an engineer, they love levers. They will always go for whatever lever they see instantly. And then you could clear the level that way. I don't want to waste engineer yet, because that is such a valuable item. There's going to be levels later in the game where, like, I've got to go through a gigantic platforming maze, way bigger than this one, to pull a lever, and then you can bypass that entire thing with engineer. Can a magnet pull the lever? No. Magnets do, like, pull metallic objects, but it can't actually interact with the lever. The lever has to be interacted with. Orangutan. That's an interesting idea. I was actually thinking monkey. Would an orangutan just think, oh yes, I want to pull that? No. Now, if I did a banana and attached it to the lever, that might work, but I'd need, like, glue to attach it to the lever. Otherwise, like, it's not gonna do anything. Oh my god, it actually makes banana peel. And that's interesting. It's actually attracted to the banana peel, but it doesn't eat it. It's just like, oh, that smells like banana. Oh, but it's just the peel. But yeah, orangutan, I'm pretty sure that's bigger than I would get if I wrote in monkey. Good to know that that's also a different object. Is sticky and adjectives you can use? There's no such thing as adjectives. Those do not exist in this game. Now you have a way to make a banana peel without summoning one. Oh yes, I was so begging for more banana peel uses. So yeah, let's see. Now, there's no sense using a digging object. I don't see how that's really going to help us here. Because we just gotta pull the lever. Now, if I could find a way to just get all the way up to the lever, I might be able to just, like, find a way to cheese this, that I don't need any other objects after getting up to the lever. I'm sure I can make this jump. I've gotten close. Yeah, if the physics interacts in just the right way, he'll probably bobble up. Could the shed work? Possibly. Yeah, I think because it's not the same kind of ground as I've been the double jumping at that kind of height, it's not working as well. But I know it can happen, because you can actually see that Maxwell is sort of bobbing up a little, as if he's wanting to get on the platform, but then he just slides down. Oh, duh! I'm stupid! You can be clever. Okay, so shed. And then I know I can jump on the shed. Do that. And then... if I can... Yep. Okay. Now... Bam! Okay. I know I can get up here with just the shed. But then the question becomes... can I, in some way, stop? So if you pull this, then the blue door will close, right here. And so then you've got to go around the long way to get back to the starlight. I'd need to waste a digging object at minimum. I kind of don't want to do that. I'd love to just manage to solve this level right here. If I could, like, maybe block the door. I wonder if the shed would be able to block the door. But I have to, like, I don't know. I don't see a way I can really get it lodged. Unless I'm just very fast at dropping it right when I'm interacting with the lever. It doesn't drop. It doesn't block it. It's not physical enough for that. Now I can try just moving away from the lever right when I'm pulling it. How about have the shed block the bottom gate? The bottom gate starts closed. We like that's not gonna do anything. And the thing is, it didn't even block the top gate. It's not blocking anything. Nah. Nah, dang it. Yeah, if you run away while interacting with it, it'll be like, oh, I guess you don't want to interact with me. Right, but then put the shed in the way when you switch the lever back. I don't understand. Oh, okay. I think I see what you mean. But I don't think it's going to work because the shed does not interact with those, as we have already established. So wait, you're saying that I can move it? Like... well, that's definitely going to work because it goes down. But still, that... yeah, that's not gonna... unless I get it to fall in a very specific way. And even then, it's not going to work because it can't block objects, as has been established. Yeah, see? Look at that. It just goes behind it. According to the wiki, you can just drop a hammer on a switch to flip it. That's a switch. This is a lever. anything that has weight can just stay on a switch. Levers must be interacted with. But no, I like the idea of just using shed. Can you fly up with a balloon? Yes, but that's too valuable. If you should have a toy car push the lever, wouldn't work because the lever has to be interacted with. The toy car would need to have a mind of its own and have a mind where it's a mind that goes, I really love just pulling every single lever I see. Like an engineer. Toy cars are not engineers. What if you use something physical to get up, then bump the star out of its cage? Ooh, there you go. That's some smart thinking. Yeah, I could just... If it's something that can actually fit in there, I could just bump it. And then I could just pull the lever again. I do wonder, though, if this is enough. If I can just time running away from the lever. Try using a technician. Pretty sure that'll just be an engineer. I think that's just a synonym. Worth a try, but not right now. Nah. The issue is if this is feasible, I've got to be like really precise with that timing, because if I see it moving and react to it, then it's already too late. Would a backhoe work for digging? Yes, but I don't want to waste digging objects. Snail leaf. Well, we could. That would probably work if I just put the snail on the right side of the starlight and the leaf on the left side of the starlight. That would probably work. Okay, screw it. We're probably going to need to do it again later. Redo this level, but... What? Really? You can't do that. You can just crawl past it. That's cheating. That's not how that works. I thought that would be a really valuable combination. It's a really unvaluable combination. Use a spring. That's... If this is useful, it's going to be way too valuable. Hello. This is a very valuable object. Thank you. I'll add that to the objects list. I don't want to waste it here. This is way too important to waste here. But here's the question. Can I just... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a valuable object. We can cheese a few levels with this one. Trampoline as well. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if it works the same way. Nightstand? You're thinking, yeah, that gives us enough height to get up here. Problem is, it doesn't like that Maxwell is here, but there we go. Oh. But then the issue becomes it's not getting us as much height, and also we're still under. So doing that double jump is really not happening as much. Gonna playtest myself, actually? Oh, yeah, if anybody is willing to just boot up these levels themselves, if you've got, like, a complete save file or something, like, oh, please do, go ahead. See if you can find a solution that... Remember, the goal is to use objects that we're probably not going to need later. Because we're very early in the game. I don't want to be wasting really important objects for these simple levels. Like, even this is still a relatively simple level. Can you push the star with the nightstand? Oh, duh. Yes. Yes, you can. I pushed it like a pixel. And I just realized it gives you a little bit more height if it's sideways. It's taller sideways. So if we can do this, then yes, a nightstand would get us up there. Or if we can get it up there, rather, then yes, a nightstand would get the starlight out. Statue of Liberty, or would that just make a statue? It might make the actual Statue of Liberty, because that's like public domain, so it may actually do that. Why can't you just summon a starlight? If you summon a starlight, it makes a starlight, but it is not the goal starlight, so it doesn't do anything. But it will just make a starlight. Does a nightstand and an end table make the same object? Let's see. Seems end table may not even be in its dictionary. Yep, it just ignored end and did table. So yeah, end table isn't even in the dictionary. It's just a regular table. What objects do you already use? You know, I should just, I'm just going to go ahead and link that spreadsheet down in the description on Twitch. Yeah, there we go. That way everybody will have a link to the spreadsheet very easily. There we go. So if you refresh the page, you should see in the current business, I linked to the spreadsheet. What about something to hang off the edge like a candy cane that'll block the door? I doubt that'll be strong enough to lodge it. It's worth noting, even like something as big as a shed, it would probably just get blasted out. I was just sort of trying it just to see if it could do it. But those doors really like to not get lodged. I'm not sure if it's even going to be capable of hanging. It might not actually... the object may not actually physically exist that way. Like, the hook isn't necessarily an actual hook. Kind of looks like it is, but not in a way that's particularly useful. Can you throw something at the lever to flip it? No. You have to interact with it. At least that I've seen. What about event? Too valuable. That is actually an incredibly valuable object. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you. This is what an air vent does. This can be used for a lot of functions. We ain't wasting it here. Portal? I wonder what that does. It's not letting me move it. There we go. Oh, oh, okay. A portal summons a hool. Of course a portal summons a hool. What was I thinking? I better write this down in my notes, that the portal will summon a hool. I'll just... A portal is a monster type, and then I'll also add a hool, who is also a monster type. Actually, portals summon random things? Really? Literally random. For some reason, like, the actual way that you grab onto this is very finicky. Okay, yeah, it does summon random things. Like, this time it summoned an alien. Okay. Okay, so I guess Portal could be useful, then. Either way, if it summons something that can help us, and then, of course, we can just save scum for it. Do they count as unique objects? Of course, because we didn't summon a Hool. We summoned a portal. And the portal summoned a Hool. That's just what portals do. If I'm not the one who summoned a Hool, then I didn't summon a Hool. Does just typing random also summon a random thing? There's a good question. Random. No, but I can summon a random. Huh, it's one of them carriage things. Whee! I could get some use out of this. I already see you grinding for hours for one specific summon. I doubt that there's actually that many possibilities out of Portal. Can you summon a grappling hook? It's probably too valuable, but yes, you can. The thing is, I'm not sure how valuable it is, because it's difficult to actually, like, get it to work the way you want. Like, you'd think, oh, grappling hook. Will that let me get up to another platform? No, it's actually more of just like a fishing line. You can pull an object to you or pull you to the object. But for climbing, you'd have to try to climb. I think you can summon Maxwell's Notebook, which also summons random objects. Ooh! Okay, so Portal, I'll just write then as a summon type. And then I'll... Maxwell's Notebook. I have been lied to! I have been very lied to. You have fibbed. You have gone on the internet and just told lies. Maxwell's Notebook just summons a notebook. This is not a sequel. This is the first game. Meh. Clearly, Maxwell's is an adjective. Coil? Ooh. Will that act like a spring? That is not acting like a spring. However, I wonder if this is just a good junk object that I could use. Like, for example, just move the starlight. Actually, okay, no, I can't attach it to the starlight. Because if it was an attachment kind of thing, then it would let me attach it to the starlight. So I can't attach it to anything. And because it doesn't have much weight to it, I doubt moving the starlight is going to happen. Pogo stick. That'd probably do something. Would it give me much height? No, it doesn't seem to let you actually jump up. I wonder if it would give me more height if I came from further above. Okay, it won't bounce on its own. It has to be vehicle. Oh. Okay, if I use the touch screen, it'll actually let me get good height. Hello. Okay, it wasn't... So, this is... I guess this is a sort of a... an oversight. They didn't reprogram vehicles that had special, like, jumping capabilities for the, for moving with buttons. But this is definitely going to be a useful vehicle. Unfortunately, here's an issue. It keeps not letting me go up there. I swear I should be able to get up there. Yeah, there we go. But now that I'm up here, like... I'd have to do a backwards loopy thing to get up again. Looking for unique monsters? Nucklavi is one that... Oh, hey, yeah, I'm always looking for new monsters. Nucklavi. Hello! You are a monster of some sort. Massive damage gives a giant crab? No, it gives a giant enemy crab. Have you found a use for glue yet? Glue is an incredibly useful object, yes. Sticking stuff to other stuff, super useful. It's like you just stick something to starite. Like stick a mouse to a starite, summon cheese, and there you go. Isn't Nucklavi a required use in a later level? I don't think so. I don't think they'd require. I don't think they'd ever have a level where they're just like, you should summon a very particular monster. Figure it out, and then you're just supposed to figure out, just sitting here at home. Well, of course it's a Nucklavi. Oh, if you want monsters, I noticed you don't have my boy Wraith. Ooh. Ooh. That is different from Ghost. That's definitely different from Ghost. We only had the tractor beam. Actually, here's an idea. Now, obviously, we'd have to do some reorganizing if we did solve it this way, but... Okay, so I can stand on the tractor beam. So it's useful in that way. And I also was wondering... The smoke doesn't seem to actually mean anything. I was actually seeing that and I was wondering, oh, is there... Would it actually shoot up? Another thing, if I could get it... I was thinking, okay, so... Well, that's not going to help much. But yeah, I could potentially solve this level with Tractor Beam. If I could get it lodged in such a way that Maxwell would be able to jump on it to get up. Oh, thank you for donating $2 through Super Chat. Apparently I've missed that notification and it just is the default. Thank you, Rareblin. I'll need to change that later. Okay, there we go. There's a way I can twist stuff. If I could get it lodged in the right way. So hoping maybe I could get lodged in just the right way, and then it'll work as a platform all the way up. Can you make a balloon, then grapple to it? Balloons are too valuable. Ooh, that's nice. Unfortunately, the moment Maxwell jumps on it... Oh, it's too vertical, so it doesn't treat that as legally something I can jump on. It'll probably let me up on the other side. I could bounce myself up there. Just looking at the wiki for legal words. Keep in mind the wiki doesn't... I've looked at the wiki a bit. It's not a very good resource because it doesn't really differentiate between games. And the games differentiate a lot. It was very difficult to find accurate information that I could confirm was relevant to the first game specifically. If you shoot something at the lever, does it activate? No. Screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and go up to the lever and just test that stuff to make super certain we know it won't work. Hooray, I ran out of ammo. That's not conclusive, though, because guns kind of suck. They often just sort of, like, often Maxwell just misses. Point blank range, he will miss because he'll aim at the ground where the thing is rather than at the thing. Try electric weapons like a taser? Apparently a taser isn't in the game. Oh, is the word taser copyrighted? Is that like a patented thing? Stun gun. Yeah, that is a thing. can use stun gun. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god. You have found a strategy. You have found a very important strategy. Holy crap. Holy crap. Electric projectiles can hit levers. Okay, I just gotta double check. Is it specifically electric projectiles, or will any projectile work? If I get a better angle, then I can probably actually aim it. That's not quite the sniper that I was hoping for. I got an idea. There, take that. Aw, the sniper loves his sniper rifle so much, he doesn't want to get rid of it. Maxwell. He's too close, he doesn't want to murder. Come on, murder! Wait, did Super Scribblenauts remove the ability to murder teammates? Because I should be able to just murder him. I swear I can just murder him. Okay. There, he's dead. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, the bullets you saw, they just went straight through the lever. It was specifically the stun gun. Oh my god. I hate this game so much. So it just missed it. Doesn't like the angle, so it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna miss. Oh my god. What? Well, okay, here's an idea. Maybe it's actually just... Maybe it's just not willing to reactivate it. It'll only activate it the first time. It could be either it's electrified, or it could be it only works one way. Oh my god. Apparently there is a way to just shoot the gun with a very, like, at just nothing. With a very particular movement of the touchscreen. Okay. So electric projectiles will flip levers, but only one way, but it's the way that helps us. Will lightning do the same? Yes. Ooh. 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 We have alternative engineers. Lightning is an alternative engineer. Holy, we are making so many discoveries today. I assume it'll work as I am expecting right now. I know there's a way to just summon a lightning bolt. I did that all the time. I actually thought that if I wrote lightning, it would do that. Now I'm getting worried. Is that... Yeah, if you do electricity, it just does the lightning cloud, as opposed to just the lightning bolt. Like, normally, it would summon that sprite right there of the lightning bolt. I remember summoning that a lot, but it was in the vanilla version of the game. I'm getting worried that they actually changed that for the collection. Thunderbolt. Cool. Okay, Thunderbolt works. Okay. So this should flip the lever. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. So, okay. Electricity will flip unflipped levers. Specifically, unflipped levers. Electricity will flip unflipped levers. That solves this level. Now, at this point, does a Tesla coil work? Okay, I'm just going to reset the level. It's not letting me... It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's boring. Did you try hitting an unflipped lever with a non-electric projectile? Yes. It didn't work. We sniped it. Do generators count? I assume it would not give the electricity to something it touches. That's the thing. It has to actually give the electricity to the lever. So, like, I'm sure you, like, if you personally touch a generator in real life, you're probably not going to get electrocuted. Same applies here. There's a defibrillator. There we go. That might work. Though we might need a defibrillator later to, like, revive a corpse. I don't know. Oh no! And it doesn't let me... It doesn't seem to want me to use it. Okay, so just for now... Just so I can get up there really easy. I want to see if this would work. Oh, duh, he's just trying to use the lever, but... Yeah, there's no option to, use the defibrillator. So it's an object? It's just not something you can use. Batteries? You can touch batteries without getting electrocuted. Reviving a corpse might be too dark for this game. It is in fact a mechanic and actually gives you merits for it. There is literally a level where somebody dies. There's like a thief running along and they get struck by lightning and they die and get transformed into a corpse. And then the goal of that level is you must bury the body. Now, to be clear, you can't just bury the body. You need to give it a proper burial. That is it. It will only count the level as complete if you put the corpse into a proper burial container, which, yes, is an attribute of objects. That it tracks for objects. Like, all the objects in the game, there is one of the many attributes it might have is burial. Okay, you know what? For right now, Thunderbolt seems like a really great way to instantly solve this level. Because if we're ever going to use Thunderbolt, we need a lot of space to be able to spawn it. This is like the perfect being able to pull this lever from afar kind of thing. And now I know that electric items aren't... Items that can pull a lever aren't necessarily as valuable as I thought. Because anything that has like, the ability to transfer electricity will work in that scenario. So there we go. We've been in this level for, like, what, 2 hours? That was level 1-6. We solved it with Thunderbolt. But you can push the star with any small object. Or are you responding to someone else? I don't understand. Because like, that doesn't change much about the level. We'd need the small object to actually help us get to the lever in the first place for that to matter. Okay, this level right here. So originally I solved this with Shrink Ray. I do wonder if Shrink Ray is too valuable, but at the same time, this level is annoying as heck. I also wonder if it's theoretically possible to beat this without objects. It seems like it should be. If I can... Oh my god. Oh my god! Wow! The double jump made that a lot easier. I did it! I solved it without objects. I was worried about this one. That's some really fast progress. Ooh, okay, so here. Yeah, there's a Barracuda down there. There's multiple Barracuda. So the idea is like, oh, you gotta get the star right, but the Barracuda... Like, they want to murder anything that falls in their water. So I'm pretty sure that they will kill the starite if it falls in there. Let's just test that. But yeah, this one is simple. No, okay, it was just actually warning me about the Barracuda then. Okay, they won't kill the starite. They'll just kill me. Now, of course, I can kill them. So just basically anything that can break this will work. And what I want to try and do is, I'm willing to bet if the rope falls in a particular way, we could probably grab the rope and then get the starite. I imagine this one should be pretty easy. Just any object that can be used as a melee weapon, and those... There's so many that you can just use as a melee weapon. We don't have to think too much about it. So give me a random object that will probably be able to be used as a weapon, and you don't foresee us using for much else other than bludgeoning. Fork. Spoon. Let's try fork. I'm not sure if it will actually let us fork through this, but yes, it will let us just fork through this. And who knows, maybe the fork is special and it will allow us to eat the Barracuda in one hit. Okay, there we go. Now, if I could grab the rope, if the rope fell in just the right way, then we could definitely just solve this level immediately. Unfortunately, the rope did not fall in a very good way. It's just like straight down now. Sledgehammer? I think sledgehammers can probably break rocks. Unless I'm imagining things, but they're probably really good at breaking rocks. Or am I thinking of Breath of the Wild? There we go! Okay, cool. As long as you're standing on top of it, then all you need is the one object. Oh, I forgot to actually add Thunderbolt into the list of objects. Okay, so Thunderbolt. And then Fork. That's a melee weapon. Oh, it didn't give us the new object bonus because we, like, retried after summoning Fork, I think. That's okay. This is segmented. Ooh, this one looks more complicated. Okay, yeah, this one's gonna be easy. All we really need is just anything we can, probably any melee weapon again. And then I could probably just walk past the bear. Yep. There we go. So yeah, let's just spoon. But you already used Thunderbolt. I was talking about I needed to write it in my notes because I used it. So, and this one is really safe to say we're not beating this level without an object. Because the ice is definitely static in place, like we can't push it with Maxwell. So we need to get through here. We need something that can get through the ice. Can you dig with a spoon? Good question. I don't think... No. A spoon is not a digging object. That's a really good question, though. Because we don't want to waste one of those. But yeah, there's not much use we're going to have for a spoon. So just using it as a melee weapon to break an ice block? Because it's not, keep in mind, it's also not going to be a very good melee weapon. So this is a really great use for it. Meh. But yeah, if we're careful about how we fall off that ledge, we should be able to land on the starite. Is a spork an object? Probably. I'd be mad if it wasn't. No, I think that's just a fork. I think a spork is just a synonym for fork. Yeah, this is the same object. No, a spork is not an object. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This game sucks. They thought we wouldn't notice, but in fact we did. Thank God, spoons are unique from forks. Yes! There we go! Solved with spoon. No weapons? What are you talking about? I totally owned that ice block. I wonder if you can be clever and solve this one without objects somehow. So yeah, it's like set up like if you hit this tripwire, then like, oh, I guess the starlight goes down. But I wonder if you can just be fast enough. Now, one thing safe to say, there's no way that it's a good idea to actually fall down into the water and go around the long way, right? You're gonna be doing this by grabbing the starlight from the middle path with a digging object. If you're going down there, assuming you can't find any cool cheese. But yeah, if you do fall all the way down here, then that second door opens up. Dynamite to blast it to you? Not necessarily dynamite, because that'd probably blow it up too. But yeah, if we found something that could just move the starlight a little bit, that'd be a good object to use here. Because like as long as the starlight isn't down in that little hole, any electrical object clears the water, but that's not going to help me fall down in the water. The problem isn't killing the shark. Killing the shark is easy. The problem is swimming and then like going through that little maze. I'm actually wondering though, could I actually... I might just need a weapon. Will I be able to kill the shark fast enough? Oh my god. Sometimes the camera is just like, yeah, I want to run away. Okay, we can kill the shark fast enough. So then the question becomes, could I somehow... I know that I'll be able to jump out of the water. I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to get out of the water fine. And get over to where the starlight is. So maybe this is a way to go? Oh, somebody suggested tornado. I wonder if that's too early in the game to try tornado, but worth trying, seeing what it does. Something to hold the starlight in place. Ooh, there's another idea. Rather than trying to push it out, what if we held it? Well, that sounds too complicated. But can you get the starlight in the water? Yes. Oh, because it's too low. Okay, maybe not. Oh my, that was not the interaction I expected. That might work though. In fact, I wonder if this is too valuable, because maybe we could use this to get the starlight to fly through a wall. Yep. That time the starlight survived. What happened before is it ended up leaving the level, but this time it managed to recognize the level boundary. It didn't quite escape. It didn't quite reach escape velocity. Okay, I'm writing this. I'm going to accept it for now, but we probably want to come back here later. There's probably going to be another level where we can, like, I'm willing to bet we could clip a starlight through walls with that. Tornado doesn't need a lot of space to work, though. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Now, if we had a what's the word for one of those really small tornadoes? It's like a dust tornado. That's not in the dictionary. Dust devil. Oh no! It's in the dictionary, but it just summons a normal tornado! Dang it! Hurricane is a Plants vs. Zombies plant? Let's try it. No, it's asking if we meant hurricane. Hurricane is an object. Ooh. It's just a lot of rain clouds. This is a water type, though. I need to add that to my list of objects, because having water to, like, put out a fire or something, that's a pretty useful thing. So water objects are a good thing to keep track of. Does a drop of water count as a water object? Just if you write in water? Yeah, I'd count that. Water environment. And it does like a little puddle, and then it'll do a few drops. That is just barely enough to put out like a campfire. But it's not super useful for bigger fires. What is the goal of this level? To get the starite. But the issue is the starite is like, okay, so if we can summon basically anything to hit the switch. I don't want to waste box here, but box. But then the problem is if the starite falls on a spike, it dies. I do wonder, could you just get really lucky with the physics? Or another thing though, you might be able to be tricky with it and protect the starite. I think that's the way to go. Be tricky with it. Drop the starite and then very quickly move the object to protect it. And then hopefully it'll bounce down. You can't summon the raindrops on their own? Wait, really? Yes, you can. You have lied. Why do you just tell lies? Yes, you can summon an individual raindrop. Probably not going to help you that much. So would rain and water be banned? Well, it depends on if they summon the same object. Rain? Do you mean rainwater or rain cloud? Well, rainwater. Okay, if you summon rain, it just does a raindrop. So that would be the same object as a raindrop. All that matters is what does the game summon. And you can tell just by looking at it, is it the same object or not? Most of the time. I think I may have found one object that did actually have like it looked like the same sprite visually, but then they were actually different objects because they had different properties or something like that. I can't remember what that was. I do know that if you do hose, does this, but then if you do fire hose, it is functionally the same object, but notice it has a different nozzle. Oh, I killed the starite. Well, if you looked closely, they're functionally the same, except for the nozzle is different, and that does make them legally different objects. Someone said use a slide. Okay. I'll use a slide. We're gonna be so insistent. Alright, I've summoned a slide. Ooh! Hey, wait! I don't think we need to necessarily protect the starite. Because notice, we wibble-wobbled it, and then, seems like even if it touches it even slightly, then it dies. Can you shift the starite by quickly pressing and unpressing the button? Yep. So yeah, I can make a slide, and ooh, I wonder if... Meh! What's another thing that I can use? You know, things to just hold a button down aren't that valuable. So maybe I do just use the slide and then something else in addition to the slide. Iron. That actually might be too valuable. Book. That might be too valuable. Think of something that's really trash. A really obscure object that's difficult to even think of. Because keep in mind, if something is easy to think of, it's valuable. Because somebody did say poop. Probably fertilizer might be something that doesn't matter much. So there's the issue with the slide strategy. I do wonder, could we get like a perfect angle though? Dang it. I'm thinking maybe if I could get the starite to fall and land safely there, maybe I could work with that in some way. I don't know. Now look at that. If I were to if I were to double up like that, I know you can use starite in later games. I wonder if it works here. Yep, it works here. It's not going to help you. You need this specific starite. That's the one you have to get. If you summon a completely different starite, it will not help you in any way. You have to get the starite, not a starite. Flight objects are too valuable? Yeah, if we can solve this level without flight, that would be very good. I also just realized there's a shark down there. I should, but that's fine. If the big thing is, I need the starite to be down here. If I can get it down here, that's like the big thing, and then it can just fall on me. I won't have to worry about the shark then. Hoverboard? Let's just see what a hoverboard would do. It's way too valuable, but let's just see what it does. Wow. Wow, that kind of sucks. That sucks a lot. It seems it does not hover up very well. It just sort of... moves along ground. Maybe you can give the starite the hoverboard. I'm pretty sure that will not work. Only people can use vehicles. But I do see, like, you know, it does have like that pushy animation. It could be that it legally pushes things, which would be very useful. Like, not as a vehicle, but just to push something. Thing is, it's still doing the animation? Even though it's been fried? Those boards don't work on water. Unless you got the power. Ha 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 ha. I get it. It's a clever reference to RoboCop. Could a fan next to the spike push the starite as it's falling? Yes, but that would be way too valuable. Although I do wonder, like, you say fan. Sort of depends on what does this do. Yeah, that would work. I mean, I'm not sure how strong it is as a thing. But yeah, you might have noticed that it did push it a little bit, but it wasn't very strong at it. Would a net work, like to attach to stuff? Ooh, that's a really good idea, because ropes are valuable. If this... Yes! A net is a rope. Okay. I'm adding that to the list as a rope. We're not using it yet. Ropes are so valuable, but now that I know that a net works as a rope, that's good. Holy crap. Would chain be a rope? I believe so. Yes, it's a really good one too. Look at that. It's got so many pieces to it. Really long. See, you could really get a lot of use out of this in some situations. You need at least 3 objects. No. You can absolutely solve this with less than 3 objects. I guarantee you. What even is the intended solution for this level? There aren't intended solutions. This is a game where things are a bit open. They designed them to not have intended solutions. What about using a thief? For what? Feed to the shark? I could feed a thief to the shark. It's not going to help me much. There is something that's really valuable, but I don't think there's enough space up there. If you could summon a container... Is it gonna fit? If I could fit a container that's big enough to fit a starite in it. There's a glitch that we could use. And this does seem like a level that's difficult enough. Maybe we want to use it. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. I got the basket in there. And then... There's like a specific way to do this, but I don't think there's gonna... Oh. There's like... There is a specific way that you do this, where you can actually get the starite in the container. And then move the container... You just manually move the container to you. But you gotta do it in a very specific way. I've used this glitch all the time. Ooh, good. Do you know how specifically to do it? Like what the specific method is? I'm pretty sure it hasn't been fixed, because I'm pretty sure speedrunners play this version and do the glitch in it. You need to handcuff the starite first, then fill. I think that's what I did. Oh my god. No, did I attach it to basket first? So. There we go. It's attached to the starite. Fill. Yes! 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 Meh! It didn't let me. It's popping out. I swear they didn't fix this. Can you attach the starite to the red gate? Yeah. Yes, I can. Oh my. Things have occurred in ways. Can you handcuff the gate and then fill to remove the gate? That is a funny idea. I don't think it'll fit is the thing. Because there is like oh, but all that might matter is if the handcuffs can fit in the basket. And they definitely can. Can rope fit in a basket? Or chain, that's longer. Meh. Meh. Doesn't really matter. No, probably not, because it's made of a bunch of individual pieces, so it'll probably treat each individual piece as like a thing to put in there, and then it'll be like, oh, that's not going to fit, putting all these things in at the same time. According to the wiki, the basket glitch was fixed in the collection release. Oh, really? Speedrunners still use it even though it was fixed? They're not playing every single level. They only play like one level over and over and over, and that's the entire speedrun. So that's why it doesn't matter for them. God, I have made a bad assumption. We might have to switch to vanilla. I wonder if this is going to be more useful than the double jump. I wonder. I did realize though, I might be able to reach the button with the double jump. I don't know. This seems. Yeah, that seems too high. Huh. Yeah, that's a really tough question. The container glitch is so powerful, but double jump is also pretty powerful, and I wonder were we gonna get worried about running out of stuff with the container glitch, but like in a level like this, like wow. I feel like it'd be more useful. We might need to switch to vanilla. The challenge run shouldn't be reserved for owners of a specific version. I hard disagree. I don't care if it's only possible in a specific version. The whole idea is if you are committed enough, can you do the challenge? And the answer if the answer is contingent on owning a specific version of the game, then the answer is yes. If you're committed enough, you'll just own the correct version of the game. You can make that happen. Should be able to do this with just a Pegasus? Too valuable. You say since we won't really need it otherwise. Infinite flight is very useful. Wings have multiple versions like Dragon, Bat, and stuff. Wait, really? You can just... Are you thinking of sequels? You're thinking of sequels. There's just this wings. Just summons those wings. Presume we have a list of all items available? No, unfortunately. There is not a list of all unique objects that I have been able to find. There's a list of, like, the game's full dictionary, but that is not all objects, because there are plenty of duplicates there. The dictionary just tells you, like, all of this. It tells you all words it will recognize, but there's a lot of synonyms. Would a trampoline help? Probably, but I feel like it's too valuable. This is one of those levels where, like, maybe I should use a valuable one. But I really do feel like if we're... if we headbutted enough, we could probably get the Starite to just bounce down. That's what I really want to do. Just get the Starite to bounce down. Plank. Seems too valuable. But yeah, actually, you know, yes, that's the way to go. If I just manage to aim the plank below the Starite in just the right way, it'll probably bounce down, and then I just got to make sure I position Maxwell to grab it before it falls all the way in the water. Yes! Yes! That's it. That's the solution. We got it. Okay. Yeah, plank is... I question if we want to use plank or if we should use something else. But we've been here long enough. I think I'm willing to just use plank. And then come back here if we really want plank. Because the thing is, plank you can, like, use as a bridge. Like, say, in a situation like this. This is a bad example because the spikes would kill it. But if there was a ledge like this, you could just pop the plank as a bridge. Oh, man. Stick? I feel like that's not going to be solid enough to really block the starite. Yeah, nope. Keep in mind, it has to bounce it over the spike on the right. Or left if it ends up going that way. I think plank is the way for us to go right now. To me, it seems like 2 to 3 game loops is ideal, since getting a plan for most levels will see where you need to save the 2 valuable stuff. Yeah. It is if I were good at strategizing, if I had brain power, I'd be like, oh yeah, so I'll just go through, figure out what are all the easy levels and narrow it down to the hard ones to really find out what we really need. But like, you know, I didn't get where I am today by being smart. Almost? Okay, get Maxwell on the edge there, so we've got more time. Me. Oh, dang it. I wasn't allowed to move Maxwell because the camera wasn't far down enough. You need to explain every single level in the VG Myths episode? Yes. Yes, that's the plan. It's going to be a big video. Of course, keep in mind, like, Octo expansion, like, that kind of stuff. A lot of them will be done in a second if they're just not interesting. You should move Maxwell to the right before the starite falls? Yeah, why, yes. That is, in fact, what I have been doing. Do you mean all the way down into the water? You may have just gotten here, but there is a reason I don't go all the way down into the water. Yes, DS is retro. Does this game even count as retro? The Nintendo DS is as old right now as the United States was when the GameCube came out. Oh, close. Kill the shark? Too valuable. Like, I know that I can do this without using an extra object for the shark. So, like, I'm not gonna do it. Oh, okay, I gotta remember to lower the camera before I try to start moving. Because my instinct is just start moving and just ignore the camera. But there is, in fact, a mechanic where Maxwell is not allowed to move if the camera isn't centered enough on him. No! Dang it. I think if I write it manually, it'll put it as the most recent object. Me. If you use toaster, you could kill the shark and then use the bread from the toaster to press the button. Clever, but then we'd have to still bounce the star right, and I don't think bread's gonna be very good at that. And also, I don't need to kill the shark. I need to just catch the star right. Have 2 planks? I am trying to avoid duplicate objects in the same level. Even though that we might allow that, I'm trying to avoid doing that. Maybe you have enough time to preemptively jump in? That's what I'm trying to do. The problem is, like, right now, I cannot move Maxwell because he's not on camera. Like, right now, I'm pressing the button to move Maxwell, and if Maxwell was moving, then I should be dead because I should have gone into the water and gotten killed by the shark. But, like, he just won't. I've got to actually move the camera down in order to be able to move Maxwell again. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Oh, no sorries. No. No, this is a strem where backseat gaming is like super duper allowed. You all better get your fill because it's never happening again. Game's music is nice. Oh yeah, absolutely. I get it stuck in my head all the time. I should add this to my... I've got like a playlist for music that I use all the time. I should add this game's soundtrack to it. Because like I'm always humming it anyway. I actually have a song from Drawn to Life on there already. A couple songs from Drawn to Life on there. Drawn to Life was the same devs, by the way, for context. It's interesting because, you know, like, completely different games, but, like, you can tell just looking at them, same devs, and similar-ish concepts. Where Drawn to Life, the gimmick is that you draw in the objects of the game. It's much less, you know, open. You're really just drawing sprites. It doesn't actually change how the objects work. But a similar idea of letting the player's creativity, be a major part of the experience. Game Champ, you are really cool. Ivan, you are really cool. You're gonna just come in here and say I'm really cool, and then you're really cool. You cam the camera to be just above the spike so it gets back to Maxwell faster. I might have to do that. But the thing is, that makes timing the starlight fall a lot more difficult. But that might be the way to go. Yes! Oh, that was the way to go. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Plank. I'm just going to call that a bridge type. Even though we didn't use it as a bridge. Okay. So yeah, that's a cool strat. This is going to be a really fun video. We just finished all the action levels for World 1. And, like, there's already, like, a bunch of levels that have cool strats that I just want to talk about in the video. I also want to say, I am so happy that, if anybody here is a Patreon backer, thank you so much. Because this is the kind of run where, like, oh my god, this is going to take forever. This is a really long game. But Patreon just switched to monthly, so I don't have to worry too much about if a project I'm doing is going to take a long time. Because this one is worth taking a long time for. This is going to be a really interesting one. So yeah, thank you very much for giving me money and heart emojis. Okay, so yeah, plank, and then the notes for this. Oh, also, it is actually about time that I'm probably going to stop the stream. We did make a lot of progress, though. I'm going to keep going into the puzzle levels. Those ones we're probably going to make progress in a lot quicker. Action levels are going to be the really tough ones. Puzzle levels, most of the time, they're just like, you should make an object. And that's it. That's the puzzle. You should make an object. So this one right here. Give 2 of them what they would use in their hands. That's it. No matter what, you have to summon 2 objects. So just summon 2 junk objects that these people might use in their hands. There's so many junk objects that, like, we're not gonna need that much. Like, so many, like, say, medical devices. Like for the doctor. What's a random medical device that has no practical function for video game reasons? Cheese? Pie? Yes, but no. There are alternative uses to cheese and pie. Defibrillator. I'm not so sure. Defibrillator, I don't wonder if we'll be able to use defibrillator for reasons later. But you know what? Yeah, I'll just do a stethoscope. There we go. Yeah. No, let's do defibrillator because that's funny. No, because I really do think that we might be able to use a defibrillator on, like, a corpse or something. I think that might be a thing that we could potentially do later. So I don't want to do that. So yeah, let's do stethoscope. No, stethoscope is too obvious. We need something really obscure. IV drip. But is that something that she'd use in her hands? Well, let's try it and see if it... Drip gives me a rain cloud. What would be a better name for an IV pouch? Is this gonna ignore IV and do a pouch? Yeah, that's just a regular pouch. Blood bag. That's gonna be useful. If ever we want to, like, distract a vampire, blood bag is going to be really helpful. Scalpel, that could be used as a weapon. We don't want to do something that we could use as a weapon like that. Can you give her an X-ray? Ooh. I wonder if X-ray is useful, though, in other ways. Like, well, the doctor is interested in it. I wonder... I don't think it's going to work, because it did specify they've got to use it in their hands. It's just, let's do an axe. Okay. Nope, it does... So, yeah, the X-ray machine does not work. It's got to be something that they can grab. Clipboard? No, I'm probably not going to be using clipboard. I wonder if that's specific enough to medicine. No, it's not specific enough to medicine. She doesn't recognize it as a medical object. Hey. Heart would technically can't... Oh, my. But to see, the thing is, a heart is meat. Nope. She's not... The thing is, she's not interested enough in it to grab it. Well, let's just see if it'll count. It can't... It does count! Okay. She doesn't have to be interested in it. She just has to grab it. Okay. Okay, that opens things up a bit. Okay. Ooh. Stitches. I wonder if this is gonna do, like, yarn. Oh. That's a rope! Ooh! Not entirely what I intended on... what I expected, but that's valuable. Nightstick. That's a weapon. We can use that ourselves. Uh-oh. Dang it. I think I nudged the plug-in is what happened. Oh no, I lost the stylus. There it is. Oh my god, and it happened again! If I lean the DS a little, that happens. A cast? Bandaging? Oh, hey, yeah. There you go. No, you can't grab a cast? Oh. A cast is legally clothing. So yeah, she can't grab it because it's clothing, and you can't give clothing to NPCs, unfortunately. Only Maxwell can wear clothing. He's not really wearing it right though, if you look at it. It just sort of stuck his hand into, like, the side of the thumb. Oh, Maxwell. Do syringes have other uses? I wonder if like, maybe it'll justify it as, like, oh, the syringe has a medicine in it. Or if you could use it as a weapon. Huh. Okay, it doesn't seem to do much. Syringe does not seem to do much. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's do syringe. Yeah, doctor loves syringe. Okay. And now the other one that's really obvious is there are so many foods. Just random fruits and veggies. Just please, just give me a really a lychee. Bam. Lychee. Wait, oh, no, 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 no! Rude! I'm worried, is that the same thing as blueberry? No, it's not. It's not the same thing as blueberry. Okay. Okay, so we'll do syringe. That's definitely gonna count for doctor. Now here's the question: will it count? Because it's not actually like a tool that the chef would use. Will lychee count? We'll know as soon as it gets in his hand. Yes. Okay. So that one. Syringe and lychee. That took like 10 minutes for that level. Way too much for such a simple puzzle. Would cutlery summon a fork, knife, and spoon? Oh my god. We might be able to solve this level more efficiently. You're right. What if there is a golden, like if we could summon a set of objects, like how Garage does. And it just so happens that that set applies to multiple of those NPCs. This is a tutorial for, like, advanced mode. Basically, you have to solve a level 3 times in a row, but each time you clear it, you can't use the objects that you used from the prior clears. So the advanced mode is essentially, like, a smaller version of this challenge run we're doing. Just it's only for, like, the one level and you solve it 3 times in a row. Tools. Nope, that just summons tool, and which is a synonym for hammer. And then it just ignores the S. It's more like, you gotta think of it like an environment, like a room. And those are the kinds of things that will summon multiple objects. Because if you summon Garage, it's like, well, what am I going to do for Garage? Well, I'm going to summon the stuff that would be found in a garage. So a mop? Would a chef use a mop? Maybe works in a restaurant? Would a fireman use a mop? To mop up the flames? Would a cop use a mop? To hide all the evidence he doesn't like? Would a doctor use a lawnmower? You know, for surgery? Unfortunately, a lawnmower is not handheld. Tire is not handheld either. But, you know, let's just see. Okay, so the mop, let's just test if the mop is... No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we need at least two handheld objects for this to even matter. Cabin. Well, that one's gonna be one where it just summons the actual, yeah. That's not what I would describe as a cabin. It is a little bit fancy for a cabin, but yeah, that actually does summon the building. It's got to be not a building, but a room, because a room is more abstract. So kitchen, there's an idea. That'll definitely summon something the chef will like, right? Yes, it does, because it summons a fork. The chef likes the fork, but the other stuff it summons is not gonna do it for us. The fridge? No, the fridge doesn't have anything in it. So kitchen does work for one object, but it's not going to satisfy multiple. It's only got one handheld. Hospital, that would do the building. But surgery room, I doubt it's going to have something that specific. It'll probably just ignore surgery and just do a room. Yep. Wait, what? 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 A surgery room makes... Is that a library? What? What? Look at my surgery room. Room. Okay, it ignored surgery, and a room is just a library, turns out. Emergency room. I think it's just gonna ignore emergency. Oh, hey, it's a building. Emergency room is just a building. And the doctor loves it. The doctor loves the emergency room. And look! It's got a surgeon in it. And hey, the surgeon has a the surgeon has a scalpel in his hands. Ooh. Okay. We could use that. If this would actually, you could actually solve this level halfway if you just like say, okay, here we go. Here's a way to solve this level. Emergency room. What? Did they just make it that Maxwell refuses to murder in the collection? If that's the case, then I'm gonna have to... Because I swear, you're just allowed to murder in the original game. I think the glitch isn't worth it if you're just not allowed to murder. I think I might have to just redo all this in the original game and just not do the double jump, because I need to be able to murder the surgeon. I swear you... Okay, I can murder just random people, but just not the surgeon? That's weird. Oh, it was a cop. Okay, yeah, you're not allowed to murder innocent people. We're doing all puzzle levels on advanced mode? No. We're just beating them once. Advanced mode is not relevant to the challenge. I'm just sort of in here because I'm saying, oh, can we economize this if we just summon like someone mentioned kitchen, bathroom. Yeah, so if we do bathroom, then it does actually do these 3 objects, but none of them are handheld. Could you summon a feast? Ooh. That just summons like a... Is that a cornucopia? Is that what that thing's called? The cornucopia? Or am I thinking of something else? Does a multi-object word count as a single object type for the context of this run? See, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check that off Strem. Like on a fresh save file. A banquet. Ooh. The thing is, if we could get something like, if it's got silverware and a donut at the same time, I'm pretty sure a donut would legally count for the cop. No, it doesn't know what a banquet is. Can you summon a luncheon? If this were a cool game that came out a few years later, you could summon an unforgettable luncheon and it would summon a hamburger. You cannot summon a luncheon. Lunch? Well, that's just gonna give, like, a food item, definitely. Yeah, it's just... we summoned an unforgettable lunch. Oh, there we go. That's the end of the stream. This has been a fun little learning exercise. We'll figure out more later. Probably just move on to more levels. But thank you very much for joining, everybody. This one is very interesting. It's going to be a very long project. Don't expect this to be finished anytime soon. But yeah, thanks for joining. Very, very helpful backseat gaming. Thank you. Night, heart emojis.